everyone, this is Anam. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be discussing the summary of lesson number 5, The 100 Dresses Part 1 from the book First Flight of Class 10. The story is about a young schoolgirl of Polish origin who lived in America. Her name is Wanda Petronsky. Originally, she's from Poland, but now her parents have moved from Poland to America. She has to face a lot of bullying in her school just because she's different from others. Let's begin the story. Wanda Petronsky belonged to a poor family who lived in Boggin Heights. Boggin Heights was a poor locality. It was a cheap locality inhabited by poor people. Everyone in her school made fun of her name because, like I said, she was from Poland, but now she was living in America, and her name, Wanda Petronsky, appeared quite different to the students of America. They had relatively easier names and surnames, so they used to make fun of her strange name, Wanda Petronsky. Wanda wore the same dress every day. It was old, faded and ill-fitted blue dress. And she had only one pair of shoes which she wore every day. Like I said, she was poor, so she didn't have a lot of clothes. She used to wear the same blue dress and the same pair of shoes each and every day. She didn't come to school in a motor bus. Every day, she used to walk to school and then back home alone. Her nature was quite reserved. She wasn't very talkative. She didn't speak much. In fact, nobody talked to her. She didn't have any friends. Every day, Wanda used to sit in the second last row in room 13. Her classroom was room 13. So every day, she used to sit in a corner in the second last row of her class. All the seats around her were occupied by the rough boys, by the naughty boys who performed badly in the exams, who made a lot of noise in the class and disturbed others. They brought a lot of mud with their shoes, deliberately. They brought a lot of mud with their shoes and they laughed at the loudest at anything funny. So basically, they disturbed each and everyone in the class and they were least interested in studies. But why did Wanda sit there? Why did Wanda sit near those rough and naughty boys? Why did she sit in the second last row? Well, she wasn't a naughty girl. She was a very decent girl. She never made any noise. Still, she used to sit there. Why? As I told you that Wanda lived in a poor locality and she walked to school every day. So, her shoes were always dirty and caked with mud. So that was the reason that she sat there, because she didn't want others to notice her dirty shoes and laugh at her. One day, Wanda was absent. She didn't come to school, but nobody noticed it. Like I said, she didn't have any friends, so nobody missed her presence. Although sometimes a few girls waited for her in the school courtyard just to mock her, just to make fun of her, to laugh at her. Why? Because every day she would ask her the same question. Wanda, how many dresses do you have? To this, Wanda would give one answer. She would give the same answer every single time they asked this question. She said, I have 100 dresses. The girls would then also ask her about the colors and designs of her dresses, and Wanda would answer all the questions politely. Then they would also ask Wanda, how many pair of shoes do you have? To this, she would say, I have 60 pairs of shoes. So all the girls, they used to ask these questions just to ridicule Wanda, just to make fun of her, because obviously she used to wear the same dress every day. She used to wear the same pair of shoes every day. Still, they would ask her these two questions, and she would always give the same reply: I have 100 dresses and I have 60 pairs of shoes. Why did Wanda say that? We'll find out as we proceed with the story. Listening to all this, listening to her replies that she has 60 shoes and 100 dresses, all the girls would have a hearty laugh. They would mock her, they would make fun of her. Because, like I said, Wanda always wore the same faded blue dress and the same pair of shoes. Still, she claimed to have 100 dresses and 60 pairs of shoes. When the girls made fun of her, she would never say anything. She would never fight with anyone. She used to walk away quietly without saying a word. This little game to humiliate Wanda was started by Peggy. Who was Peggy? Peggy was a rich girl. She was very beautiful and she always wore expensive clothes. She had a friend named Maddie. Maddie wasn't rich. She was also poor, but she was Peggy's best friend. Although all the girls ridiculed Wanda, but Peggy and Maddie made maximum fun of her. Peggy was not a bad girl. She wasn't cruel at heart. She was quite kind-hearted. Then why she used to make fun of Wanda? She was so kind that, she would weep bitterly. She would start crying whenever she saw an animal being ill-treated. But still she made fun of Wanda. She wasn't kind when it came to Wanda because actually she didn't consider teasing Wanda a cruel act. She didn't realize that she was being cruel towards Wanda. Actually, she didn't like anyone telling a lie. She disliked liars. And she was quite sure, she was certain that Wanda was lying about her 100 dresses and 60 pairs of shoes. So she used to think that Wanda was a liar, which is why she used to humiliate her. So we can say that she didn't mind Wanda being poor, but she was not okay with her telling all these lies. She wanted her to be honest. Peggy's best friend Maddie didn't like this game. She felt sorry for Wanda. She felt really upset at this nasty game that was repeated every day. Why? Like I said, Maddie herself was poor. She wasn't as poor as Wanda, but yeah, she was poor. She usually wore second-hand clothes discarded by others. She also wore old dresses of Peggy. Her mother would give them a new look with the help of new trimmings and designs. However, she felt lucky that she didn't have to live in a cheap locality. She didn't have to live in a dirty locality like Boggin Heights. And obviously, she didn't have a funny name also like Wanda Petronsky. So she felt herself to be lucky. But she felt pity for Wanda. She didn't like the way Wanda told lies, the way she claimed that she had 100 dresses. The thought, she used to think that had she been in her place, she would never tell lies like Wanda. But still, she didn't like the way all the girls teased her. She wished Peggy would stop teasing Wanda, but she couldn't do anything about it. She dared not talk to Peggy about it. She didn't want to break her friendship with her. One day, Maddie even started writing a note to Peggy about this. So she wasn't, bring herself up to Peggy face to face. She couldn't talk to Peggy face to face that, stop teasing Wanda. I don't like her. I don't like teasing her. But then she decided to write a note to Peggy about this. But when she was writing this note, she stopped suddenly. She was afraid. She thought if she would tell Peggy to stop teasing Wanda, Peggy would get angry and she would start teasing her instead. Maddie was afraid that she herself would become Peggy's next target, as she was also poor and she used to wear Peggy's old clothes. So Maddie finally decided to keep quiet and she said nothing to Peggy. When Wanda was absent, like I said, Wanda was absent that day. Nobody missed her absence. When nobody missed her presence, when Wanda was absent, nobody missed her. Nobody noticed it for 2 days. But on the third day, Peggy and Maddie noticed it. Why? Because obviously Peggy wanted to tease her. Anyways, while Maddie was thinking about Wanda and her 100 dresses, she was wondering as to who would be the winner of the drawing and coloring competition for girls and the contest for designing of motorboats among the boys. So she was very excited to know who would be the winner of this competition. Today, result was going to be announced for the same. The teacher was going to announce the results for these competitions. Peggy was considered to be very good at drawing. She was very talented. She used to draw beautifully. So everyone expected her to win the prize. Everyone thought that Peggy would be the winner of drawing and coloring competition. That day, Peggy and Maddie didn't wait for Wanda in the courtyard. Like I said, every day they would wait for her in the courtyard just to mock her, just to ask her the same questions. How many dresses do you have? What colors are your dresses and how many pairs of shoes you have. So, but that day they didn't wait for her. Why? Because they quickly came to their class, the room 13, as they were excited to know the results. But then something strange happened. The moment they entered the classroom, they were surprised to see beautiful drawings all over the room. The drawings were of dresses with lavish designs and brilliant colors. There were at least 100 of them. All the 100 drawings were displayed in the room and were admired by everyone. Everyone was looking at those beautiful drawings of dresses and everyone was all praises. When the class assembled, Miss Mason, the class teacher, announced the winners. So first of all, she announced the winner among the boys. Jack Beggles was the winner of boat designing contest. Then she announced the winner of the drawing and coloring contest. She told that one particular girl had submitted as many as 100 designs. They all were different from each other and extremely beautiful. Who was that girl who had submitted 100 designs? Who had submitted 100 drawings? Well, that girl was Wanda. The judges considered Wanda Petronsky to be the winner of the girls' medal. Peggy and Maddie liked the designs so much. Peggy, in particular, was all praise for the green dress. She wished she herself could draw as beautifully as Wanda. So she was very impressed. So we can say that Wanda proved that she was richer than all the other girls in her class, as she was blessed with a rare talent to draw creatively. Well, this is all about it. This story conveys a beautiful message that young students should not indulge in insensitive behavior like mocking, laughing at others, making fun. Such kind of behavior can sometimes prove to be very harmful and disheartening. Like we have read in the story that Peggy used to ridicule Wanda and Maddie remains a mute spectator. However, they both are equally responsible. So the message is loud and clear that we should rise above these narrow barriers and learn to accept each other with all the differences. It is very important to accept each other wholeheartedly, right? Without judging anyone, without making fun of anyone. That's all about it. If you like the video, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.